Welcome to Coach's Corner, Cav fans. Thanks for joining me on this post-Week 2. A happy post-Week 2, I guess, with our game against Bellefontaine. Next week, this coming week, we play Fort Recovery, our third away game. We're back to 7 o'clock. So let's back up here a little bit to the Bellefontaine game. We went into the game feeling like this was going to be a tough game, and really it was. We got off to a great start. We held them 3 and out, and then we blocked the punt, and we got an early score, and so things got off to a really good start, and that was huge. One of my first things when I pre-game talk, I guess, one of my first things when boys, you better be ready coming off the bus, because this is a huge game for both of us, and we haven't played each other for a long time, and they're ready to take on the Cavaliers. And we really responded to that. I was really proud of our guys. And so the game was, you know, it was a good battle. We did a really good job offensively of keeping their offense off the field. You know, I guess you don't really like your quarterback to have 32 rushes and throw 16 times, but I felt like Marcel could do that. And he showed me a lot of good toughness. Marcel did with running the ball, like I said, 32 times, and we don't want to do that very often. But this was a game that he kind of put us on our back and really improved his throwing from the first week, and we caught the ball really well. I think we averaged 19 yards a catch on our 11 receptions with 5 different guys. So most of those catches we made were for big yardage. So that was awesome. And of course Marcel. And the running backs had, I think, a little over 200 yards rushing. So the game ended up 31-21. They got it to 21, I guess actually 14-7 before half, and we had a really nice 2-minute drive, but it only took us about a minute. And then so we got the ball in the second half, and we had a really good drive on the first one, and then we dropped the touchdown pass, and they ended up holding us. So it got a little tight there. I think we held them though, and then scored again to make it 28-7, I believe. And then they scored again, and so it got a little tight. In fact, they scored twice to make it. I guess we scored in between there. But so anyway, the final was 31-21. Good solid game. Our defense just played really well. They got one towards the end of the game. So really proud of our team. You know, you traveled a little over an hour and going into an atmosphere that was really good for a home game. They have real nice facilities, good stadium. They had a good crowd. We had a good crowd. We had a really good student section, so thanks to the students for all them showing up. And so it was a good fun game. Looking forward, we go to Fort Recovery this week. Last year's score was, I can't really remember. I think we got off to a really good start, and so by halftime we felt like we had it under control. But each year's a new year. Unfortunately for them, they've got a couple key guys injured. Their quarterback got hurt the first game of the year, and so their quarterback now is a really good athlete who's a good runner and can throw well enough. They beat Urbana last week, so they're pretty excited about that, I'm sure. But they lost middle linebacker. It appears that they lost a middle linebacker who also plays tight end, and it was their kicker last week's game, and it looked kind of a bad injury on film, and he was on crutches at the end of the game. So we don't know if we'll see him. My guess is we probably would not. So they don't have a lot of players anyway, and so with those couple injuries, that makes it a little more difficult for them. But they always have a really good running attack with just usually a big physical O-line, and so we're going to go over there for the third road trip in a row, and we're going to try to hopefully continue what we put together last week on offense after not really a great week of practice last week. So hopefully we can continue with the offense, and the defense just keep doing what they're doing. We mix up defenses a lot, and the players are buying in, and we're using several guys, and they're running to the ball and making tackles. So really proud of those guys. Really happy with our staff. Last week we all talked about and had some individual meetings, and then in practice, individual practice time to really pinpoint certain things that we weren't really happy with, and we really improved last week. We call that carryover from the meetings to the practice to the games, and then executing the games, and we did that last week. So looking forward to the challenge at Fort Recovery, which is a 7 o'clock game. A couple preview or spotlight guys this week. Number 8 and 9. 8 is Jack Joggy Broering, and Jack plays one of our slot receiver spots and a wing and kind of a hybrid combo, so he can catch some passes, get some runs. Blocked quite a bit last week, and he also plays outside linebacker. He was more of a safety, but we've kind of moved him closer. He likes to be up there in the action and is a good tackler, and so he's what we call our B, or one of our outside linebackers. So Jack is doing a good job. He is also our long snapper on field goals, PATs, and punts. So he's doing a good job there. We just got to keep Jack healthy. He had some injury issues last year. He's got a hurt thumb right now, even though he keeps on long snapping, and just good attitude, fun guy to be around. And our second spotlight is number 9, Luke Sudoff. And Luke is a fullback linebacker, and Luke is still trying to work himself really into shape and mentally getting over his. He got hurt in the state semifinal game last year, hurt his knee, and so he also had some intestinal issues where he had to have his gallbladder taken out last winter, and then his knee surgery, and unfortunately for him, he missed baseball, which he's really good at, and it's one of his, probably his favorite sport. So he's still not quite all the way back, even though he has played a little bit the first 2 games. But gosh, we get him rolling, at the fullback spot and linebacker. But it's going to be a while until he's playing some both. So hopefully we can get him back playing more fullback this week, because he's a good runner. He's a really smart football player, maybe the smartest football player we have as far as knowing what people are supposed to do. Kind of like in baseball, he's really an intelligent athlete. So hopefully Luke will be just week after week, get healthier and healthier, and feel good about not worrying about his knee, and get him back to full time. So those are the senior spotlights, and then just pick three more support guys, and these are our bus drivers, and they double duty, all 3 of these guys. Merle Hine has been driving for as long as I can remember. Rob Schmidt, who has been driving for several years now. Both of those 2, they run our end zone camera, and so that really helps our linemen. We get the camera really close and from the end zone, so they can really see things better for their technique and things like that. And then Tony Stammen, who is again been a driver for quite a few years. He also is part of the chain gang when we have home games. So those 3 guys, I've known them for a long time, really good guys. Merle, I always ride on Merle's bus, and we chat on those away games back and forth and things like that. And he loves the cold water sports, and is the main driver in baseball and basketball. He just loves the Cavs, and so we really enjoy having those 3 guys as our bus drivers. So Friday night at Fort Recovery, 7 o'clock start. Hopefully we'll see you there. If not, they may have NFHS, so you could stream it and watch the game live.